Welcome back to Cooking with Michelle. I'm Joel Gilly, and I'm here with Michelle. Michelle here is at the Cooperative Extension. Tell everybody what you do, just in case they don't know.
Okay, my name is Michelle Estrada, and I'm the Family and Consumer Science Agent in the areas of food and nutrition. So I do from little people to big people. So we talk about nutrition, but I love always to do hands-on activities. And when we're talking about hands-on activities, we're talking about cooking.
That's true. Speaking of hands-on, we specifically did not do this before we started recording because the number one thing that we have to do before we start cooking is wash our hands, right?
That's right. We want to be sure that's one of the main things that we clean and sanitize everything. So go and
You
wash your
talk,
hands.
I'm going to wash my hands.
Okay. And while we do that, I want to show you what I did before we start with this video. So one thing that I did, I used my soapy water, and this is 1 tablespoon of soap and water. And then I have my sanitizing solution, and I prepared this with 1/4 teaspoon of bleach and water. So what you have to do is always clean with your soapy water, and then after you dried everything really good, then you sanitize and let it dry. Now, if you're in a hurry, you can wait around 2 to 3 minutes, and then you can wipe your countertops. So are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Okay, perfect. Well, today we're going to be cooking black bean soup, and this serves 6 portions. So the serving size is 1 cup. So it's excellent if you want to use it for lunch, for dinner, and even me that I grew up in Mexico, we do it for breakfast too.
Oh, wow.
With scrambled eggs. So it's
Ooh.
really good. So the prep time, only 20 minutes. Cook time, 10 minutes. Total time, 30 minutes.
That's not bad at all.
No.
And we're going to have the recipe. You can see the recipe on your screen right now. So it's not a lot of prep time, not a lot of cook time, and it's an easy recipe.
And this recipe,
Make enough of it, take it for
That's
lunch the
right.
next day, all that.
And you can even freeze your leftovers. So if you're not going to eat it for
Yeah.
that week, but if you want to save it for that week, you can have it 3 to 4 days in your refrigerator. And this recipe comes from MED instead of meds. That means Mediterranean diet instead of have to take medicine.
Ah, interesting.
So we will be offering workshops soon about that program.
Cool.
Okay, so are we ready?
Let's do this.
Okay, so some of the ingredients that we're going to need, of course, olive oil. We like to use that kind of oil. We can use vegetable oil, but it always gives a good taste when we use olive oil. Also, we need 1 medium onion, and we already chopped that. And you can do that in advance. That way you save time.
Yeah.
And these are 2 spices that we're using today. You can use chili powder, and you can use ground cumin. But if you wanted to combine them, that's what I did. I did half tablespoon of each one. So I combined these because maybe you like it a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
When I do it for my kids, I only use cumin.
You know what's great about cooking with Michelle is that everything is laid out for me.
That's right.
When I cook for myself, I have to do all this. I show up here and it's already all portioned out.
And that's one thing that it is very important when you're cooking at home. Organize all your ingredients so you can enjoy it.
Exactly.
And you will see today you're going to enjoy your cooking.
That's true because I'm always flipping back to the cupboard trying to figure out where my stuff is.
So another thing that you're going to use is 2 cans of black beans, and I separate them, I rinse them, and I drain them. So this is what we're going to be using, salt and pepper, and we can use water or we can use chicken broth.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to be using that. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first step to do this recipe, we're going to put some olive oil. And while you do that, and you can start turning on the
You
stove.
say 1 teaspoon of olive oil.
Yeah. Oh, so you see, when we cook at home, we don't measure those
No, I
things.
just pour.
Yeah, but don't pour too much, okay? And that's one of the secrets when we are cooking. We need to learn how to do it right.
I think that's about...
A little bit more.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong.
You're good now.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay,
I'm gonna
just
set
turn
this
on
down right there. Is that cool?
That's good. And we're going to use medium to high temperature.
Now, I do, while we're here, I've got to talk about, for people who have seen Cooking with Michelle before, they're like, where are y'all cooking at right now?
That's right.
We are in the brand new facilities here at the Maxwell Center. This is on the cooperative extension side of things. And we're in the beautiful demonstration kitchen here, which I'm sure you're ecstatic about because you have all this fancy cooking equipment now.
This is a dream.
Yeah.
So I enjoy cooking in the Wayne Center, and we did it for many years, but this is unbelievable.
I
So
don't even know how to
have
work
4
half of this
ovens.
stuff.
I don't know what to do with all these.
The first time we came over here, Michelle was so excited because she has a dishwasher that will wash things in 90 seconds
seconds.
now. And so it is a beautiful facility. So we are here at the Maxwell Center now. So we've got this on a medium heat.
Do you like a lot of onion or just?
Hey, this is your world. I'm just cooking in it.
But you're gonna eat it.
Well, I don't care.
Okay.
I
so if you want
I don't have
use
a
all
date
of them-
later or anything, so
Oh,
let's just
good. So just
all of this. Okay.
Yes. And we're gonna saute the onion. And while you do that, I'm gonna get one of the ingredients that I forgot.
The
They're
kind
broth.
folks that clean the place just walked by, and they gave me the nasty eye because I'm dropping onion in the floor.
Oh no! And they just cleaned today, so be careful.
All right, so we're just gonna mix this around a little bit,
That's
saute
right.
it up.
Yes. And you have to wait around 2 minutes. But basically, when you're salted the onion, you don't want go to the clear onion, but at the same time, you don't want to burn that.
Yeah.
So it's just, like I said, you wait around 2 minutes. And that's what we like to warm our pot before we start. Okay, and it's already smelling good.
It is.
I
It's
love
smelling really good.
when onion is cooking. Oh, that looks
So we're
great.
just mixing this around,
Yes.
sauteing those onions a little bit. What does the word saute mean?
Sauteed, that is just a little bit of, you're frying, but you're frying with a little bit of oil.
There you go. That's
And like I said, you're not burning your onions.
cooking with Michelle. You didn't know you were going to learn French today either.
No. Well, I have to.
You know what
Well,
the problem with cooking for me is?
What?
Is that I worked briefly, we all like had the part-time.
Yes.
You see my brow, I sweat a lot.
Uh-huh.
That's a problem. Because
Yes.
when you're working, I have to do
And
this.
it's hot in here
all
between
the
the
time.
lights and yes.
I used to hate that about working in fast food. You're sitting there, you're like, oh man.
Yes.
It's all right
But
though.
that's something
We're gonna
that-
have a good product when we're done,
That's
so it's worth the sweat, right?
That's right. You're working hard for this.
Exactly. All right, so we've been probably
Okay.
going about 2 minutes.
Yes, we're good. And then is when we're going to add our cumin and chili powder.
Okay. All of it.
Yes, I'm already measured it for you. So thank
I'm
you
just-
for asking.
Just double checking. I don't want to mess this up here. We're just gonna mix this up.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you can smell that chili powder in there now.
Mm-hmm. So that is looking good.
And so for this, there's no time length. We're just mixing it all up,
Yeah,
right,
we're
basically.
just mixing everything. And we're going to use one of our cans, black bean. And I'm going to measure the 2 cans, the 2 cups of chicken broth.
Here,
And
I
what
got you.
have-
I got you.
What I have in here is 40% less sodium.
What do you
Okay,
even do with
so
this?
You can just put it.
I don't
put it
wanna
in
dirty
here.
your cloth
it's
up.
It's okay. We have a washer.
Look at you. I can measure that if you want me to.
Oh,
that, you
thank
got to hold
you.
the microphone.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going 2 cups?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right, just give me a minute. There we go. Oh, that's like all the way up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Did you measure this out before?
No, I did not, but I
Look at
did-
that.
Yes, but I use it for my
Look at that.
soup at home.
We're going
Yes.
all of it in there?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna let it cook for right now. Bria, can I have the next slide? Thank you. So we're after 2 minutes, we did that, and then we add the beans and the broth, and we cook for 4 to 5 minutes on medium heat. So we can cover these,
All right.
and then you see, I'm always in the kitchen. I do it myself, and I don't
It's,
want
it's
to do
cool.
it.
You just,
Okay, so while we wait for 4 to 5 minutes, and we're going to use the timer so we know, okay, Maybe not. It's okay. We're gonna know when this thing is gonna
It's all
be
this
ready.
newfangled technology. You don't
Yeah,
even.
it's okay. But right now, I want you to. I know some people say, "Well, but I don't like canned beans. I would like to eat fresh beans."
Yeah.
So we cannot eat fresh beans because they actually dry them. Okay. But if they want to have beans, dried beans, this is the best way to storage our beans. We need to have a air-sealed container that they're going to protect them
Yeah.
from. One thing, if you do not store the beans right, they're going to takes longer to cook.
Interesting.
Okay, so that's why it is very important.
Something
that
I
way-
didn't know. You know, you don't think about that.
Right, it's very important the way you store them. It needs to be in a cool, in a dry place.
Interesting.
So, the best way to do it, the first thing, we're going to pretend that we're going to cook 1 cup. So, can you measure 1 cup?
Absolutely. That I can do.
So, we're going to put a cup of beans in here. Most of people, they will cook more than a cup
Yeah.
at the time because it's a lot of work.
All
Not
right.
a lot of work,
Am I
but a
good
lot
there?
of time. You're good.
Okay.
So
Pour it
just
in
put
here?
mhm. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to clean our beans. I used to do this when I was a little child. So you clean your beans, you look for rocks or anything that is there. So most of the times in the United States, your beans are very clean.
I was about to say, I hope there's no rocks in my beans.
Well, you will be surprised
Well,
if you
yeah.
go to other countries, you'll find a lot of stuff.
I'm sure. So,
So-
these look pretty good.
They look pretty good, so we can use a colander.
Mhm,
Yeah, a
colander.
colander. So we put them there and we
We're
wash
just gonna
them.
pour 'em all in here?
Yes, you can. We're just gonna pretend. We're not gonna do the whole process because we're just waiting for our beans to
Yeah.
get ready.
Okay.
So we wash them and we're pretending they're washed. So we're gonna put it on our pot.
Okay.
Okay. And we need to add 2 to 3 cups of water. Okay. Over there I have 4 cups. It's okay.
It's okay.
Do you know why we need to soak our beans?
Because they're dry.
One, because they're dried and it will help with the process. But
I'm really good at pointing out the obvious.
That's right. But beans, they're really good for you, for your digestive system. But guess what?
If they're dry, you can't digest them.
That, but also, even after you cook them, you may get a lot of gas.
Oh.
So it is very important to soak your beans. They're
So are
gonna-
you saying if they're dry, you get more gas?
you cannot, you're supposed not to eat them
Oh.
dried, okay? You
Probably
need,
because you'll get a lot of gas.
that's right, you can get really sick, so that's why you soak them. And it's very important. Many people will say, well, my beans, they don't really go with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but if you start slowly, you can get used
Build
to
up a tolerance, kinda.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, but it's important that when you soak your beans, like after 2 or 3 hours, you change the water.
Interesting.
You're going to lose a little bit of nutrients, but you're going to enjoy your beans. okay?
Interesting.
So normally you will soak your fingers, your beans.
You
Sorry.
soak your fingers too if you want to.
That's right. You're going to soak your beans all night, like
Okay.
8 hours. So the next day you're going to cook it. You're going to change the water, okay? So, and then you're going to add more water, and then you're going to cook it from 1.5 to 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And when you, how you know that they're ready? It's like when you touch them, they are like puree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why would someone choose these beans versus getting them in a can?
Okay, they're cheaper.
Okay.
So, and especially if you're cooking in a big
Yeah, in
quantity,
bulk.
yes,
Okay.
it will be a better option. And also because it's not a big difference between the nutrients
Yeah.
because you have to cook them anyway. So in
Exactly.
every time that you put something with heat, you're going to lose some nutrients. So it's the same thing, but it is not expensive to buy black beans in a can.
It's not expensive, and by the time, look, people can cook it however they want to, but in my world, by the time I have to spend all night cooking these beans, I can get the wonderful products in the
I
can.
will never, at home or in Mexico, they're like, no, we don't do canned beans. We do dried beans. Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. I do canned beans.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you there.
And they're only 50 cents.
It's
a
not
can.
not bad.
So it's not bad.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you work all day, you know, it is important that you know what is convenient for you. Okay, so we're gonna check in here how this is doing. Oh, this
It's
is
coming together good.
So this is really good. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove from heat. And if you have a hand blender, you can use that. That's what we're gonna do
Okay.
today. But if you don't have one, you can just put it on your blender.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna remove.
So we're gonna
these
turn
from
this off here?
Yes, please. Other way, I know.
Other way, it's fancy. Fancy stuff.
So just take the lid.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna basically mash our beans.
Honestly, I just held that right there. It was really hot. I almost burned my finger, almost simmered my finger like you were talking about earlier.
Oh no.
All right, so we're coming over here.
Yes.
We're gonna set this down. You're gonna have to teach me how to use this.
Oh, okay.
This is fancy.
This is fancy. You just push the button, and so
Okay.
be careful.
Oh, okay. I was expecting it to like go
No,
everywhere.
No, I put it in slow.
Good.
And I'm gonna move that way the camera can see what you're doing. So basically, you're looking for doing puree, to puree your beans. See, this is why I like to use a hand blender, because every time when you make a soup, it's so much easier.
When you make your soup, does it normally splatter all over you?
No?
Oh, okay.
Are you doing that?
Guess that's just me.
Okay.
My first time cooking in Michelle's kitchen.
That's right. Don't worry. You can stay after the show and we can clean together.
If you don't have anything on your shirt, you didn't really do anything, so
That's right.
I can go back to the office now and say, look guys, I promise.
You're showing that you're working hard.
I cooked with Michelle. What did y'all do today?
What you think? Are it getting good?
I feel like it is.
Okay.
I mean, I still see some beans in there, so.
Okay.
But look,
Let me
I'm not
go
the
and look.
expert here. You got to tell me.
Oh, no, you're doing great. You are doing perfect. And we're going to be able to show it into the camera in just a second. So Joe is coming back with the
The
delicious
black
soup.
bean soup that has been hand mixed.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
It looks really good.
So right now, at this point, we are going to add the other.
Oh, okay.
So we want to have some puree in, but also we
Yeah.
want to have those beans.
And we're
that
going
are-
to mix this
yes.
up, I assume.
Okay. And what we're going to do, we're going to cook for 3 to 4 minutes
Okay.
again, or until we get some bubbles there.
Okay. So we're going to turn it back on to like a medium.
Yes, medium is good. And then we can cover this.
All right.
Don't burn yourself.
I'm not going to burn my hand this time. I'm going to use the handle.
Okay, so one thing that I want to share with you, that beans are really, really good. Okay, we know that beans are legumes
Yeah.
or legumes, and they're also a vegetable. But also in my plate, they can be a protein. So
Interesting.
if we want to be sure that we have our protein, we don't always have to have meat. We can have beans,
Yeah.
or we can mix our beans with small quantities of meat. So
Makes
that's
sense.
a good way to have a protein. Another thing that is very important, beans they're very high in folic acid. So folic acid is very important, especially if we're pregnant. So every time that you're getting ready to have a baby, it is important for the woman to start getting folic acid.
All right. So all
And-
my pregnant people, this is the recipe for you.
That's
basically.
right. And very good also for children. And vitamin B gives you a lot of energy, and black beans are full of vitamin B.
I feel like some kids don't need more energy though.
That's right. But we also need to have some energy for later years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
So also a lot of calcium, potassium. So that's going to have help our bones.
The bones, yeah.
So this is really cool. So we're just going to grab these can, and in a half cup of black beans, we have 110 calories. Okay, so in this case, almost no fat.
Okay.
Okay, cholesterol, not cholesterol. And this is a good thing because not only that this doesn't have cholesterol, but it helps you to lower your cholesterol.
Interesting. Which a lot of people have that problem. You know, they want to get their cholesterol lowered.
So what is happening that also they're good for your heart. So if you want to take care of your heart, this is a good way to go.
I feel like black beans have a lot of positive things that people may not know about.
Yes, and we're not used to eat them in the United States.
Yeah, we're really not. You find them a lot more in those
Latin American
Latino dishes and things like that,
but not with us.
Yeah.
And because we're not used to that black bean, we eat other other beans, but it is important also to include other varieties. Also sodium. Okay, we know that when we get products from a can, they can be high in sodium. In this case, I got no salt added, and it's only 10 milligrams, okay? So with those 10 milligrams, when I rinsed my beans, I also got rid of 1/3 of the salt.
So that's why it's important, even though they're in a can, still rinse them out, because then you're getting rid of more salt.
Not just for the salt, but also for...
Okay, the digestive system.
That's right.
No more gas.
That's right. And potassium, 340 milligrams. So that is really good. Now, carbohydrates. People would be concerned, especially if they're diabetic. They say, oh no, these have too much carbohydrates, like 19 grams. Not a lot, but the good thing about these carbohydrates, they actually, because they're so slow to digest, they're not bad for diabetic people.
So it's kind of, it's 19, but it's over a period of time, not
That's
19.
right.
Yeah.
It will help also to control your sugar levels.
Okay.
So that's really good. And then of course the best thing of black beans is the fiber. Very high in fiber. With this can, we have 7 grams, 28% of the recommendation.
Wow. So you're knocking it out right there with the black beans.
Iron, 15%. In some people, they have low iron, and it's very important because it helps to our blood cells. So this is just great. How is your recipe going?
Let's take a look.
Oh,
We've
it's
got a couple
coming.
bubbles.
Yes.
Now, do we need to stir this or anything, or just let it sit?
No, let it sit. And I'm going to give you just like these are, and I never promote any brands over the other one. That is not my job. But it's very important that we learn how to read labels. And every time when we do a recipe, I try to talk about the products that we're using. So in this case, one thing that I want to mention, this brand has 120 milligrams of sodium compared to this one.
The 12, was it?
10.
10.
So that's why we need to learn how to shop, especially now, because there's so many products in the market that we need to learn how to do it. Because we cannot still say, oh no, canned products are not good for us. No, we just need to learn how to buy for them. And again, 50 cents, I'm not sure how much is this one.
That's what I was about to say. We're not promoting any brands, but you've got a name brand product, an off-brand product. The name brand product is worse for you than the off-brand.
Yes,
but you know, we feel like
different.
We feel like that a lot of times the name brand's going to be the better product, but not always.
But not all the time. So that's why we do not look at the brands. We look at the nutritional fact label. That's the most important. Again, in here we have low sodium. So at the end we can add salt. One thing that I forgot to tell you when we're soaking our beans or when we're cooking our dried beans is not to add any kind of acid or salt in the beginning of the cooking. Because if not, we'll slow the process.
Interesting.
So just wait at the end to add, if you're adding tomatoes or you're adding vinegar or if you're adding salt, always do it at the end. Okay, so I think it's ready.
Yeah, we've got more bubbles now.
Yes, now we can stir a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
It's looking good.
Yes. So, do you eat a lot of salt or?
Honestly, I mean, when the recipe calls for it.
Okay. So, we're gonna at the end we're gonna show the nutritional facts about these recipe.
Yeah.
But we're using a half of a teaspoon of salt. Because I'm not using really anything with salt, we may need to put a little bit.
Okay.
But that's up to you. If you have high blood pressure, don't add any
Yeah,
more
exactly.
salt. It's just enough. We want to eat healthy.
And
but
we're using low sodium products, so if you're using normal sodium products, you may not need any salt.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's all about being delicious and healthy.
There you go.
So, you.
So are we dumping all this salt in? Are we gonna do it to
just
taste?
Yes.
We're just gonna pinch of salt.
Yes. And I'm not gonna let you taste because you may burn your
How about?
yourself. Just
all of
I
it?
love pepper. So
Okay, we're gonna
you
go.
like pepper?
Oh yeah, pepper's good.
Good. So let me bring the plates. And because I'm so ready to try
Right?
it.
It's lunchtime.
And you know what? This is one of the recipes that I do together with my 8-year-old daughter. And I don't do anything. She makes the
Yeah,
whole
it's
thing.
super easy. Involve the
Right.
family in the cooking a little bit.
And what happened when you include your kids in the kitchen?
They learn how to cook.
That's one reason. And what else?
They can be self-sufficient.
That's right. But they're going to try it.
Well, yeah, that's
Because
true.
they,
because they had
did,
investment into it.
right.
Yep.
You know, it's different one.
And plus, like, if you need to leave them at home for a while you're going to, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I would not want
Hey,
them to cook right now.
Go make your own dinner.
No.
When Michelle's had a long day, and Michelle says,
If
you
I'm
get,
there, yes.
you get in there, cook you some black bean soup.
That's right.
Bring me some when you're done.
Okay. Well, I'm
All right.
ready.
We're going to try a little bit.
And we can
We're
turn
going
off
to
the
use our,
stove at this
our
point.
ladle. All right. There's you a scoop.
Thank you.
There's plenty more where that came from.
And something that you can add to garnish is we have light sour cream in here, or you can also use Greek yogurt.
Can I do some sour cream? I'm going to do some
Sure.
sour cream. Honestly, I do like some sour cream. My girlfriend and I, we cook a lot of Mexican-themed dishes, and sour cream can make, this is brand new sour cream.
Yes.
Do you want me to open your brand new sour cream?
Go ahead.
Okay.
See, I brought both because I was not sure what you like.
Where's
so
your
this-
trash can at in here?
Behind you.
It's all hidden
It's all
in this
hidden.
fancy kitchen.
Uh-huh. Another thing.
Sour cream just makes a dish, though, sometimes.
And remember,
Just gonna
just,
I'm
no,
kidding. I'm kidding.
just
I'm kidding.
a little bit.
All right, so if we're doing sour cream, just a dollop, I
Just-
believe is the correct term
yes,
for sour
that's
cream.
good. Perfect.
Okay.
And another thing that you can add is also a herb that you can use there. Cilantro will be a great herb,
Yep.
or parsley. And actually, I'm growing mine. I can bring you a little bit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I have some.
I'm
over
good.
There.
I'm gonna
You're good.
just go with the sour cream.
Okay.
Now you're the expert at this cooking stuff. Okay, like you've done the cooking show for a while. Have you ever like made something that you just like you tasted, and like in front of the camera you were like, that's good. I always watch cooking shows. And I'm wondering like, do they really like everything that they cook?
I'm gonna share with you. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a chef. I'm a normal person, a real person.
That's true.
So when I find a recipe, if I don't like, I made it, I try it, but if I don't like it, I don't do a cooking show with that recipe.
So you don't have to lie.
Right, because I want to be sure that I'm enjoying what I'm eating. And there have been some recipes that I do, and I ask the staff, do you like it? And they're like, you need to add a little bit of this, or you need to add a little bit of that.
Probably should stay away from that one.
So that's what is important. If you want to eat healthy, you need to like what you're eating.
Absolutely.
If not,
Because a lot of people think healthy food has to be horrible.
no,
They
no.
feel like, you know what I'm saying though? There's that negative thing, like healthy food, nah. You can make a lot of healthy food
Right.
that tastes really good.
That's right.
So,
So
here, I'm gonna
what'd
hold
you
your mic.
think?
I'm gonna hold your mic. You try it.
Yes.
Look, I'll be honest. The soup is great.
Okay.
The sour cream for me made it though. No, I'm just saying it was a perfect garnish.
But what about cheese? You can add a little bit of cheese.
Man, that would be. But honestly, the soup is
some
really
cheese if
good.
you want.
I'm good. That soup is really good though. It's really good. Super simple. Great to take for lunch. It's a nice lunch because I pack a lot of soups and stuff to bring to lunch for me, and so this one would be an easy one to take for lunch.
Right, and this is something that you can also, if you have fish or you have grilled chicken,
Yeah,
this is a good combination. You add a little bit of salad, your fish, and your beans.
absolutely.
And you're ready to go. So let's talk about the nutritional facts about
Let's
this
do it.
recipe. Serving size, 1 cup. Calories, 160 calories. Carbohydrates, 27 grams. Fiber, 11 grams. Protein, 11 grams. Fat, 2 grams. And sodium, 467 milligrams. For that recipe, I didn't use low sodium. I used non-salt added.
Oh, okay.
So actually, our recipe has less than that.
Okay. And then, of course, we've got a little bit for my sour cream.
That's
but
right, and
not
then
much.
we're adding a little bit of fat
Yeah.
there. But
yeah.
but being so healthy, and especially like I said, if you eat a cup of black bean soup, you're full.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's
So-
that's why I love it for lunch because it's quick. It's quick to heat up for lunch, and you're gonna feel full till you get home for dinner.
That's right.
So this is perfect. Did we leave anything out else we need to tell people before they start making black bean soup?
No, just be sure that they try them. They
Yeah.
try, it's so easy to cook, and now they can try it at home.
It's super simple. If I can do it, if Michelle can do it, literally anyone can do it. You watched us cook it right here in front of your eyes, and it tastes good.
And if they have any questions, just call Cooperative Extension, and we will be more than happy to help.
Michelle, thank you so much for having me in your
Thank
kitchen today to
you.
cook, and we'll see you again next time.
I look forward.
This has been Cooking with Michelle right here on WGTV.